Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel M&M&M, which stands for math, makeup, and more. Today we're going to be focusing on the first letter M, which is math. I know, finally, it has been long waited. And I'm going to be showing you guys how to add and subtract negative numbers. And if you want to find out how to do that, let's keep watching. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into my computer screen and see you guys on the flip side. Welcome to Making Math Make Sense. And if you can't tell that M is my favorite letter by my channel and all of the stuff I make, now you know. So in Making Math Make Sense today, we're going to be focusing on understanding negative addition and subtraction. So how we're going to make sense of this today is I'm going to connect everything we do with money, because who doesn't love money? And I feel like once money gets involved with things in life, that's when everybody all of a sudden becomes a mathematician. And that's all of a sudden we know how to do math once we start connecting money. So some things I need you to know before we get into this is knowing how to add and subtract. Those are very basic skills, and you got to know them before we start working with negative integers. You got to know how to do with positive ones. So I'm going to talk about this scenario first before we dive into it. Of what happens if you spend more money than you have? What happens? Some of you might know, but for us that don't know, you go into debt. So debt is when you owe money, aka you have negative money. So that means you spent more money than you've had in your bank account, and it went into the negative balance. That means you owe the bank money now at this point. I know it's hard to think of with cash because you can't really do it with cash, but once you get a little card, debit card or credit card, that's when you can start actually owing money and have this kind of happen. So our first scenario, let's move it down a little bit. All right, is exactly what I just said. You spend more money than you have. We see this in real life when you pay your bills, but you don't have enough money in the bank account, and so now your card goes into overdraft. Anytime you swipe your card and they are spending more money than that's actually there, that is when you go into overdraft. And that's when we can see this in real life. Alright, so first example, we have $0, nothing on our card, but we go and spend $12, take our butt to Circle K, and we spend $12 at Circle K. I want to know, how much in debt am I in now? So I look at my first number and I see I have 0 minus 12. 0 is smaller than 12. So I'm going to go backwards, and I'm going to click my pen tool so we can see me right. That would be really helpful. All right. When I have this kind of situation, I go backwards. So I go 12 minus 0 because I want to find out the difference between the two numbers to know how much debt I'm going to be in. So 12 minus 0, that gives me 12. And since I'm spending more money than I have, I know I'm going to go into debt, which we could say is negative money. Okay? Our next one. I have $7 and I spend 20 of it. How much debt am I in? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm spending more money than I have, so I'm going to just go backwards with my subtraction. I'm going to go 20 minus 7, which is 13. But since I'm spending more money than I actually have, it's just going to be negative 13. Not so bad, eh? Alright, oh my god, don't freak out. It is the same thing, okay? Just a little bit bigger numbers. Don't freak out once we start using bigger numbers. It's the same exact process. This time I have more money. I started off with $150. But you know what comes? My car insurance and that full coverage comes in, and I don't have enough to cover it. So I'm going to be over money. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to subtract backwards. And you know what? If you need to write out your subtraction like this, ain't no shame. I still need to do it too all the time. There's nothing wrong with needing to take the long way to do it. Boom, 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 boom. All right. I'm going to be in debt negative $83. Whew. Not the most debt I've ever been in though. Okay. And that already, we take care of scenario 1. So now we're going to jump ahead and go to scenario 2. So this scenario is you're in debt and you keep spending money. girl, what is you doing? This is me. You owe money and you keep going. Just like, you know what? I'm gonna keep swiping. So instead of you keep using your credit card in real life and you don't pay it off. You're not paying it off. Just keep swiping. When anytime you're increasing a negative balance on a card. So this time, I have negative $10. I'm in debt by $10 and I increase my debt by $3. So I'm going more into debt. Since I'm increasing my debt, increasing in your debt is really just adding those two numbers together. Really just adding 10 plus 3 and just in debt. Boom. Simple as just that. So you just add the two numbers. When you're going more in debt and you're in debt, just add them up. Simple as that. And it'll just be negative because you're in debt. So this time I'm working with negative $14 and I spend $12. So I'm going to add, I know I got to be negative because I'm keep increasing my negative balance. So 14 plus 12 then is 26. So now I'm in debt, negative $26. Okay? Last one. This is what my credit card be looking like, you guys. So I have, you know what? This is bigger numbers. I'm going to actually, let's do this. Because you know what? It's alright if you can just write it out. I don't know 429 plus 321 in my head. But I'm going to figure it out. When I have $321 in debt and I spend $429 still, that makes my debt a total of $750. It'd be like that sometimes. You know what? Now we know how much debt we're in. Okay. Alright. Our last scenario is you're in debt and you're trying to pay it off, or you have money and you get a refund. Either way, bless us. We're finally figuring out our lives and trying to increase our money. So real life, you pay a bill payment to a loan or a credit card, you start paying off a credit card, or you get a return. You return an item and you get a refund on that item. So you get money back in the account. So this is what I have taught my kids. I have been a victim of doing. And you know, it's not wrong and it's an easy trick to kind of remember. However, many people don't understand why it happens. So this is what I see happen all the time and what I have taught in the past. Oh my god. Click my pen tool. Welcome to dealing with me as a teacher all the time. You just go like this and you're like, oh, you just add it. It just becomes addition. And everybody's always like, well, why is it addition? Let me explain to you in these terms. Okay, I'm going to erase my ink real quick. So, this is how I see it. I see it as I have negative $7 in debt. Okay? This subtraction means I'm taking away, or I'm getting rid of. Let's say get rid of. I'm getting rid of this negative $7. So I'm getting rid of that negative balance. I'm taking away negative 7 away. So if I'm at negative 7 and I'm getting rid of that negative amount, that means I'm increasing the amount of money I have because I'm taking away that negative balance. So taking away a negative, getting rid of a negative is really becoming addition. Okay, because I'm negative $7 in debt and I'm paying off, I'm getting rid of that negative $7 in debt. So now it's really negative 7 plus 7, which hopefully we can recognize is just 0. Simple as that. Okay, let's try it with our next one. This one, I'm negative $12 and I'm getting a payment. Let's say I'm negative $12 in debt. And I make a payment to my card of $15. So I'm getting rid of negative $15 in debt. So I'm at negative 12, and this is really me making a payment of $15. So, since I'm doing addition, here's a great thing about addition. No matter what, it's always we're adding, so I can switch the order that my numbers are in because technically we're doing addition. So I'm going to switch my order around. So I have a positive 15, and then I still have a negative 12, so it's still going to be minus 12 because it's negative. Okay? So then really I have 15 minus 12, $3. So I end up making money back. I actually make more money and I'm out of the negatives. Bless up. Okay? Our next one. I'm at negative $23 in debt, and I get rid of negative $13 of that debt. So I'm making a payment. I'm not making the full payment, not paying more than I owe. I'm just getting rid of it, a little chunk of it. So I'm getting rid of that chunk. Okay? I'm going to flip it around because that's what helps me make sense of it. If you remember earlier, when I said when our first number is smaller than our second, I go like this, 23 minus 13 is negative 10. So now I'm only in negative $10 in debt. I've got rid of some of my debt. All right? Still in debt, but not as bad. And that's the point, is that we're just not in bad of debt. All right? And our last one, so we're not in debt. This is a scenario when you go shopping. So you have money in your account. You go shopping, you don't like what you got, and you return it, and they put money back into your account. So I have the $50 in my account. I went to Target and I spent $43. I'm going to return it, and since I spent that money, it was negative money in my account. It took out, and it was like minus 43. But now I'm getting rid of that negative 43. I'm gaining that money back. I'm gaining money back, so when you gain money back, what happens? Just add the numbers. Now I have $93 in my account, and which is a whole lot better than just the 50. All right? So that's all our scenarios. I'm going to go ahead and put some practice problems up for us. And I'm going to move me way down here. Let's see if I can move me. All right, just know that one is number 6 right there. All right, here are 6 problems I want you to try on your own. Because you know what? The best way to learn is just to try it. You're not going to learn if you don't try it. So pause the video. I'm watching you. Did you pause? Did you pause yet? Okay, pause them. Come back once you've done all 6.
Alright, you guys. So, when I was editing this video, it cut out when I go over the answers and the ending of this, so I'm just gonna talk. And yeah, you won't see me because I look a little crazy now. It's a whole nother day. But let's start going over these. So, number 1, 83 minus negative 34. So, we're getting rid of that negative debt. We're getting a return in this case because we have some money. And so we add them up together and we get 117. Boom. Number 2, we have negative $9 in debt and we get rid of negative $13 of debt. So I'm paying off my debt and I'm going to end up with more money than I started with. So I'm going to have $4. Woohoo! Next one, I have negative 13 and I'm getting $75 more in debt. And I spent $75 more, so that debt is increasing. So I'm going to have negative $88. And number 4, I have negative $42 in debt, and I get rid of negative $11 in debt. So I pay a bill, not all the way, but just to decrease that debt I have. And now I'm at negative $31. Number 5, I have 83. I like using 83. That's my numbers here. I have $83 and I spend 123. I'm spending more money than I have, so I'm going to end up in the negatives with negative 40. Number 6, I have negative $183 and I get rid of that negative $183, so I break completely even and I end up with $0. Alright, that concludes this little lesson. I hope you guys learned something. Here's my credits. Shout out to the presentations template I got. I think it's so cute and looks great. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!